Hi guys, and happy Monday. I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful Monday. We are having a beautiful weather Monday. We had blizzard-like weather all day Saturday, all day. So I was in the house all day just playing with the mobile studio, having so much fun with that because I found in my hall closet I have a ton of phonographs, and I went in there the other day and I remembered that I had an Ion. I had another Ion somewhere. So I went in there and I pulled it out, and it has a USB plug, and it also has the better tone arm with the balance and the skate and everything. So I bought it a new cartridge, a whole new head shell with the cartridge and a fond steel needle, and it is making me very happy because the one I got in the thrift is a newer one. They changed everything. They made everything cheaper, and it runs at about 47, and it was bugging me on some things, but the older Ion, which is a little more heavy duty, sounds great. And the speed is right, and it's just great. And it's right here. So what I did on Sunday was take the mobile studio with me to my dad's house and pulled a bunch of records that he would like, that I know he likes, and we spun those. And he didn't talk much because by the time we were done with the records, he said it was so relaxing that he started to fall asleep. But I did ask him about his zoot suit, and he talks about it at the end of the podcast. It's really, really fun. So that was that. That was the whole weekend. I did podcasts. I did not go by Craig on Saturday. The weather was literally, I mean, it was snowing every way. Do you know what I mean? It was just snowing every which way. It was pretty, but it wasn't fun. It wasn't nice. And then the temperatures went back down into the 20s, and yesterday was bitter cold again, and today it's like 60 degrees. It's beautiful. And I heard by Friday it's going to be in the low 70s. So I think that's the day we're probably going to put together the swing stand. I hope so. All right, what else I want to talk about? So we did do our first Tink Mobile Studio podcast at the Record King on Friday, and we had a blast. It was so much fun. We even had a little doggy visitor that day, and I have some pictures here. So we really enjoyed ourselves with that. And we will definitely do many more, because we said now we have to plan a great Halloween one, and do it from there. So today I went to the Passaic Thrift and the local. I had some things to drop off, and I hadn't been to either one of those in several days, so I wanted to see if they had anything new and fun for me. And I found some fun things. So in Passaic, I found these beautiful plant pot things, plant pot holders in metal, nice heavy metal, 2 different sizes. They're really, really nice. They have little feet or clamps. They could actually clamp onto something and be in a corner of a deck or something, but they're really cool. And 2 of them for $3.99 total. So that was a good deal. I was happy with those. I also found this little Fisher-Price Winnie the Pooh. He's beautiful. You know I love Winnie. But this little guy apparently was a puppet show. I don't know anything about it. Raymond might. But this hand goes up like this because he apparently came with puppets that you were supposed to put on his hand. But he didn't have his puppets. But he's awesome.
I'm Boo, Winnie the Pooh. I wonder, would you like to put on the 100-acre show?
100-acre show.
Oh, would you please put a puppet on my paw?
You see, you put a puppet on his paw.
It's nice and snug.
So cute. Oh my God.
This is a show about an unexpected visitor.
I think...
If you'd like to put on another show, just give my lift for the squeeze. It was a cold and blustery day when Eagle, Tina, and I were sitting inside my warm house, having honey and tea with honey when there was an unexpected knock on the door. I wonder, would you like to help me find out who's at the door?
I don't know how clearly you can hear him.
To answer any questions during the show, give my lips for the squeeze.
He's so cute.
Perhaps it's Kanga and Lou. Oh, I hope so. It's so nice to have visiting visitors.
So damn cute. I don't know how clearly you can hear him. I mean, I can hear him being right next to him, but from afar, I don't know. But he's really got the, like a Pooh voice, and his mouth moves, his head moves. He's just adorable. It's like a Teddy Ruxpin in a way. I just love him. What a great thing. He weighs a ton. Really cute. And the final thing I got over there is so great because it's a latex mask, but it reminds me of some of the Big Daddy Roth weirdos. The Hot Rod weirdos, remember? It just kind of does because it has the German motorcycle helmet and it has Iron Cross on the front, and he's crazy looking, and he's got goggles. This is by Fright Asylum, 2001. Fright Asylum, copyright 2001, Disguise Incorporated. Very cool with the bloodshot eyes and everything. Can you see that? I really love it. So I'll hang this on one of my mask displays. I just think it's great. Very, very rarely do latex masks show up in the thrift. So I was excited because they don't think anything of them in the thrift. And I got them for 99 cents. So I'm going to look him up. I'm going to look up Fright Asylum. I'm not familiar with it. And see what kind of masks they make. And if this one's retired, etc., etc., etc. So then I went to the local and I found this beautiful cookbook. Recipes from Home. And I love the size. It's like a narrow and tall cookbook. I really love the book. Very cool. So I got that for 99 cents. Then I got 4 of these, which I love for barbecuing. You can put, you know, for sizzling steaks, you've had them in the restaurant like this. Your plate that keeps the table safe, and then you put the sizzling hot plate on top with your steak or your hamburgers or whatever. And that's what I thought. These would be beautiful for serving hamburgers. I thought they would look so great on there. So I got 4 of those. Oh, they weigh a ton also. Be careful, Hutch. And I got 3 brand new. They were wrapped, still wrapped. I opened them. Little composition books. I'm always making notes to myself when I'm on the computer. And I got 3 of them. Green, black, and blue. They were all together for 99 cents. And they will come in very handy. And my favorite thing is this little, beautiful little handmade basket. This is one of those baskets that you buy. It's a blessing basket, okay? So you buy this from a website that sells them for people in third world countries so that they can support themselves. And this is made in Ghana by Nama Ayariha. Her name is on there. Her picture is on there. And it shows her country. The Blessing Basket item helps artisans exit poverty through our Graduate from Poverty and Prosperity Wages models. I think it's really fun. And if you want to meet and exchange letters with your artisans, you can visit blessingbasket.org. What a beautiful thing. I've always been a big fan of these world crafts that the money goes to the third world artisans that make them. And she even signed it here. She even signed it on this little tag. Just a beautiful thing. And I thought this would be beautiful with, you know, to hold my ring, my Frankenstein ring when I'm not wearing it. But it's just such a beautiful thing. It's so remarkably made. It's so tightly woven and colorful, and it has a leather handle at the top. Just beautiful. Why would somebody get rid of that? I don't understand. But I'm glad they did. I think it's beautiful. So that was my thrifting today. Love this little Pooh. He's so cute. And this thing, I really have to look this up and see what Fright Asylum has done in the past, because I'm very excited. It's got the bloodshot eyes like the weirdos, the little spike on the helmet like the weirdos, the iron cross like the weirdos. It's just a great, great thing. I really love it. So I had a very fun thrift day. I haven't been since last week, and sometimes you do good when you skip a little while. Sometimes you do better when you go every day. It's hard to say, but I wasn't feeling it for a couple of days there. I was spending like the whole day with Craig, and we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with the podcast and everything. And with my dad also. So much fun. So there are a bunch of new podcasts. There's at least 4 or 5 new podcasts. One with Craig, one with my dad, and 3 or 4 test pods. Or 3 tests and one that I did on the snow day, which was really fun. Because I was digging through a shelf of records that I haven't been through in a while. So I knew I would find really fun things that I basically forgot about. So, I think that's it. What I want to do this afternoon is, I went to Lidl. I want to make a quiche. I want to make a mushroom quiche, mushroom Swiss and onion quiche. And I'll make it with you guys because I just feel like making quiche. It's so easy. I wanted to make leek and mushroom quiche, but Lidl didn't have any leeks today. Every time I have an idea or something, a recipe for something, I need one item and Lidl doesn't have it. You know what I mean? So they didn't have leeks. They didn't have shallots. So I had to get regular onions, which is okay, but I mean, I really wanted I wanted the leek flavor. So we'll do it with regular onions, and I went all over that store searching for bacon bits, because I didn't want to fry my own bacon. It makes a mess. So I got bacon. I found them. I said to myself, if I were a food store, where would I put bacon bits? You know what I mean? And I went by the salad dressings and the croutons, and sure enough, that's where they were. So I was so glad they had them, because otherwise I would have had to buy a pack of bacon and fry it. And there's nothing worse, nothing that smells better, but nothing worse than having to fry bacon. It snaps and pops all over the place, and it takes so long. And I wanted to make this quiche very easy for you guys. So they also didn't have shredded Swiss cheese, so I had to buy slices, but that's okay. I have no problem with that. Shredded just makes your life easier, but slices, fine, no big deal. So we'll do that right now. Okay, guys, first thing you want is half an onion. I have a pretty big onion here, so I'm only going to use half. And I'll put the other half back in the fridge for another recipe. So let's chop that up. Alright guys, in a frying pan, we're going to melt 2 tablespoons of butter. And into that butter, we're going to put our onions. When your onions are cooked down and soft, you're going to throw in some shiitake mushrooms. And some white onion, mushrooms, sorry. Shiitakes and whites. Remember, mushrooms cook down quite a bit, so. And I love mushrooms, so the more mushrooms, the better. So we have shiitakes and we have white mushrooms. And those are going into our onions. We're going to cook them down, and we're going to cook them long enough for all the moisture to basically be evaporated out of here, because you don't want a moist filling. You don't want your hot filling to be too moist, because you're going to be pouring your eggs and your cream on there. So we'll get this going. I'm going to add salt. I'm going to add pepper. And I'm going to add about a teaspoon of tarragon. Tarragon is an absolutely beautiful herb with mushrooms. So easy. This is actually the hardest part, because this is the only part you have to cook before adding it to the quiche, the pie pan. So this is going to take a while, so I'll let you go and I'll come back when we're getting closer. Look how beautiful these are looking. And the tarragon smells so good. It's just magical. Okay guys, this is basically how we want it to cook down, just like this. See when I move the mushrooms away, there's not much grease or liquid moisture in the pan. So these are looking pretty good. They're nice and soft. You can see how much they cook down. So what you're going to do at this point is remove these from the heat and set them aside, and I'll show you what to do next. Alright, in a bowl, we're going to take 6 eggs. So 6 eggs and 3/4 of a cup of heavy cream. And pepper. Salt, and we're going to whisk that until it is just blended. Get all your egg yolks broken. Don't over whisk. But get it well blended. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now we're going to set that aside, and we're going to bring our pie plate over. I'm using refrigerated pie crusts, but if you use the, the frozen pie crust that's already in the metal tin, then you don't even need a pie plate. You won't even have to wash anything after you're done. Just throw the pan away. So I'm using these little pie crusts. They're just like the Pillsbury crusts. They're perfect for a quiche. Press it down into our dish. I have a pretty big pie pan here, but it should be just fine. Alright, at this point you can preheat your oven to 375, okay? All right, that looks beautiful. First thing we're going to do is lay our Swiss cheese on the bottom. All right, so here we go. Just going to layer the bottom with beautiful Swiss cheese. And Budgie definitely wants cheese. Here you go, Budgie. Okay, that looks good. It should be fine. Then we're going to take our mushroom and onion mixture and pour that right over the cheese. I got this pan in Lidl. It's a master class pan. It's my favorite pan. Look at that. Look how clean it comes when you dump it out. My favorite pan. And it works on an induction burner, so it's absolutely my favorite pan ever. And it's not super heavy, so because the heavy pans are so hard to dump and pour and wash and everything else, you know. So we're going to spread out our mushroom mixture as evenly as we can. Doesn't look amazingly good. Look at that. Yummy. Okay, that looks good. Then we're going to take our bacon bits, wherever I put them. Alright, there's my real bacon bits. And we're going to sprinkle those over the mushrooms. Just like that. Then we're going to take our egg and cream mixture and pour it over the top. Make sure all your egg whites are, yolks are broken and it's well mixed, okay? We're going to pour it right over the top. Look at that. Is that beautiful or what? That's as perfect as it gets, guys. All right, now we're going to put this in our preheated 375 oven and bake it for about 45 minutes. Just keep an eye on it so your crust doesn't burn, but you definitely want your eggs to set, your custard to set. So that's all there is to it. I'm going to put it in the oven and we'll see it when it comes out. Oh, by the way, I did want to mention that I'm putting it on a parchment-lined baking sheet, so if anything bubbles over, it won't make a mess in the oven. Okay? So that's going in. And there is our beautiful mushroom and Swiss quiche. It looks amazing. Now, what you can do after the 45 minutes, This one isn't wiggling in the middle or anything, but you can do the toothpick test. Perfect. If it comes out clean, it's ready to roll. And what you're going to do with this is let it sit for at least 15 minutes before you cut it so that it holds its shape. Because when you cut quiche or pizza or lasagna or anything like that, when it's hot, it just melts into a mush. So you want to let this sit for at least 15 minutes before you try and cut it. So isn't that easy, guys? I know every one of you can do that. And it smells amazing. And I'm going to have a piece for supper. I forgot to buy salad. I would always serve this with salad. And I forgot to buy a bag of salad, unfortunately. But I'll grab some tomorrow for the leftovers. So, let it sit for 15 minutes, cut it up, and show you. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope you're having a beautiful day. I hope it's starting to get warm where you are. We have a little bit of St. Patrick's, a little St. Patrick's banner right here because it's coming up. Shortly after that, we have the real spring. And I personally can't wait. I moved everything to the back door that's going outside. I moved everything this morning out there. So I'm ready. As soon as it gets warm, I can put all that stuff outside, get it out of my house, and put it in place. So excited to do that. And we'll have to wait till mid-May to plant the herbs, though. That's a must. That's a given. Well, you know, I'll see how the entire month of April is, and maybe I can plant them early in May. But if we get another freeze, you could really mess up your herbs. So we'll play that by ear, but that's the one thing I won't be able to do yet. And that's about it. I hope you're having a magical, mystical, musical day. Comment, subscribe, spread that love. Tink merch below. Radio Tink podcast link below. Follow Radio Tink on Facebook, and you'll find out when our next on location show is, and anytime a new podcast is posted. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. I will talk to you very, very soon. Remember, I love you all. Mwah. I should actually be drinking Irish beer, but we'll do that on Wednesday.